At dawn in rural Mississippi, the sound that carries across Brett Favre's property is not a stadium crowd, but the quiet rhythm of land stretching out around a private farm built for distance and control. Wide fields, heavy gates, and a house set far from the road tell a story of retreat. This is where one of the most famous quarterbacks in NFL history chose to slow life down, separating legacy from noise. In this video, we step inside Brett Favre's Mississippi farm to explore the home, the assets, and the carefully measured lifestyle that followed glory, controversy, and a deliberate return to silence. Long before the stadium lights and national attention, Brett Favre was shaped by routine, discipline, and expectation rather than promise. He grew up inside a household where teaching and coaching defined daily life, where effort mattered more than applause, and where football was treated as work before it was treated as opportunity. Practices were not events, they were obligations. That environment built durability before it built ambition, and it quietly prepared him for a career that would demand endurance more than elegance. College football did not offer him immediate validation. At the University of Southern Mississippi, Favre arrived without leverage, listed deep on the depth chart, and viewed as a project rather than a solution. Coaches questioned his position. Teammates passed him by. When his chance finally came mid-game, it did not come with patience or protection. He played aggressively, accepted contact, and relied on instinct more than structure. The results were uneven, but the signal was clear. Favre was not careful, and he was not afraid. That combination became his identity. The National Football League did not welcome him smoothly. Drafted by the Atlanta Falcons, he entered an organization that did not believe in the selection. His appearances were brief and forgettable, marked by interceptions and uncertainty. His career appeared fragile, already drifting toward the margins. Then came the defining intervention. Ron Wolf, newly installed in Green Bay, acted on conviction rather than consensus and traded for Favre. The move changed everything. Green Bay gave Favre responsibility before it gave him refinement. He responded by staying on the field. Week after week, season after season, he absorbed hits, played through injury, and refused to sit. His consecutive starts became a quiet ritual, then a record. The style was risky, often chaotic, but it delivered results. 3 consecutive league Most Valuable Player awards followed. Super Bowl appearances followed. A championship followed. Contracts expanded. Endorsements arrived. Wealth accumulated not through flash, but through availability. Favre's value was not control. It was presence. Retirement never arrived cleanly. He left, returned, left again, and changed uniforms late in his career. With the New York Jets, the season opened with optimism and closed with injury. With the Minnesota Vikings, he found one last resurgence, guiding the team deep into contention and rewriting passing records along the way. The following season brought physical decline. Concussions mounted. Pain lingered. In 2011, he stepped away for good, finishing his career as one of the most statistically productive quarterbacks in league history. After football, the pace slowed. He acknowledged memory loss linked to years of impact. He explored broadcasting, coached at the high school level, and entered business ventures tied to the recognition he had earned. Some succeeded briefly. Others faded quietly. Public controversy later reframed parts of his post-career life, introducing scrutiny that followed him beyond the field. Brett Favre's journey is defined by persistence rather than reinvention. Each chapter grew naturally from the last, shaped by repetition, physical sacrifice, and an unwillingness to step away easily. His success came from staying present when others stepped aside, accepting responsibility before comfort, and carrying the weight of consequence as part of the career itself. And now, let's explore his farm in Mississippi. Brett Favre's Mississippi farm marks a turning point in his private life, reflecting the moment when stability, family, and personal space began to matter more than stadium lights. Purchased in 2002, The property became the primary residence for Favre, his wife Deanna, and their 2 daughters. Located about 20 minutes south of Hattiesburg and roughly 90 minutes from Jackson, New Orleans, and Mobile, the farm offered both seclusion and access. What was once untouched woodland was gradually shaped into a self-contained family home, built with intention and meant to endure beyond his playing years. The main residence, located in Sumrall, Lamar County, Mississippi, spans approximately 20,000 square feet. It was designed to support multi-generational family life. The home opens onto landscaped grounds that include a large swimming pool, a poolside house, and expansive terraces. In an interview with the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, Brett Favre was seen sitting by the pool at his Mississippi home, walking his dog in a quiet, everyday setting. Favre has often referred to the house as small and peaceful, not in terms of size, but in the sense of calm it provides. Surrounding the home is a 465-acre landscape that defines the true character of the farm. Forests, open pasture, and lowland hardwood areas follow the path of Black Creek, forming a natural ecosystem inhabited by white-tailed deer, wild turkey, quail, doves, and other wildlife. 2 lakes sit within the property, visually connected to the developed areas and contributing to the land's slow, steady rhythm. The interior of the home feels genuinely warm and lived in, with an open living room, high ceilings, classic chandeliers, and a layout designed around family life. A family photo taken here during Christmas captures a clear sense of happiness and togetherness. The adjacent kitchen is bright and orderly, featuring a large island, fresh flowers, and soft lighting where everyday conversations unfold naturally. Within this setting, Brett Favre stands beside a friend, preparing to cook, a simple, everyday moment that reflects the slower, more intimate rhythm of life behind the doors of the home. Beyond the main house, the entire estate is enclosed by tall fencing and secured by a coated iron gate, ensuring privacy and controlled access. From the entrance, the drive to the main house stretches nearly a mile through trees and landscaped grounds, reinforcing the sense of complete separation from the outside world. For more than 20 years, Black Creek Farm has stood at the emotional center of the Favre family. It is where Brett Favre raised his daughters, later welcomed his grandchildren, and opened his doors to friends. In a statement shared with the Wall Street Journal, he described the farm as the heart of his family, a place shaped by togetherness rather than status. Taken together, the home and land stand as a lasting reflection of a life built beyond fame, grounded in family, nature, and a sense of lasting calm. The farm is truly beautiful and peaceful, isn't it? Next, let's move on to the vehicles that accompany him in his everyday life. Brett Favre currently uses only 2 vehicles for his everyday life, the Cadillac Escalade and the Ford F-150 Raptor. In a widely shared photograph, Brett Favre is seen sitting in his Cadillac Escalade, speaking with sports journalist Rachel Nichols on a city street during his time with the New York Jets. He chose this vehicle for its large size, smooth road manners, and the quiet sense of authority it projects. The Escalade is often associated with long drives between Mississippi and neighboring states, shared with family members or close friends, its cabin insulated from outside noise as the road stretches ahead. Carried into his post-playing years, the Escalade became a natural fit for a life centered on privacy, comfort, and effortless long-distance travel. During the Thanksgiving season, Brett Favre took an outdoor trip in his Ford F-150 Raptor and shared a simple reflection. "I'm grateful for nature and all the opportunities for exploration and connection we find when we get outside." He was drawn to the Raptor for its off-road capability, commanding stance, and practical durability, qualities well-suited to farm roads, forest trails, and workdays without a fixed schedule. The truck is commonly used around his Mississippi property, often loaded with gear, tools, or hunting equipment, sometimes shared with friends who understand the slower, quieter rhythm of rural life. What do you think about these 2 vehicles? If you could choose, which one would you pick? Please leave a comment and let us know. And in the next section, we will explore the vast assets that Brett Favre has built. According to estimates from reputable financial sources such as Celebrity Net Worth, Sportskeeda, and Pro Football Network, Brett Favre currently has an estimated net worth of approximately $100 million. This figure is no longer driven by playing salaries or explosive new contracts, but is sustained through post-retirement income streams and an asset base accumulated over the course of his career. At this stage of his life, Brett Favre no longer receives a fixed salary from professional football. His income comes primarily from passive and semi-passive sources, estimated to range between $3 million and $5 million per year, depending on investment activity and asset transactions. A significant portion comes from image rights and legacy endorsement agreements, particularly long-term arrangements with brands such as Wrangler and other partners historically tied to his public persona. Even without frequent public appearances, these deals continue to generate approximately $1 million to $2 million per year in licensing and brand-related income. Real estate and agricultural assets remain a central financial pillar. The 465-acre Mississippi estate known as Black Greek Farm functions both as a private residence and a high-value asset. Its listing at $14 million reflects a broader shift from long-term landholding toward asset optimization. Prior to being listed, agricultural operations and land use continued to produce hundreds of thousands of dollars annually. In addition, Brett Favre maintains select income from speaking engagements and appearances at sports-related events. Each appearance typically commands $100,000 to $250,000, and in years with a steady schedule, this stream contributes roughly $500,000 to $1 million annually. Overall, Brett Favre's current financial structure is built around preservation and efficiency. There are no game day checks or signing bonuses anymore. Instead, his money flows through land, image rights, investments, and carefully chosen engagements. Wealth is no longer a measure of achievement, but the quiet result of a completed career managed for long-term stability. His wealth is truly impressive, isn't it? And next, a part that cannot be left unmentioned is what his everyday life is like. Let's take a look together. Today, Brett Favre lives far from the noise that once followed him every Sunday. His days are centered in Mississippi, shaped by family, familiar routines, and the realities of health rather than schedules or scoreboards. Life moves slower now, more deliberately, and largely outside the public spotlight. At the center of everything is his wife, Deanna Favre. Their marriage remains the anchor of his daily life. They move through decisions about home, travel, and health together, quietly and as a team. Deanna is not only his partner, but his constant support, especially as he navigates physical limitations and long-term planning. Their relationship today is steady and deeply rooted. Family defines his rhythm. Favre is fully immersed in life as a husband, father, and grandfather. He stays closely connected to his two daughters, Brittany and Brelly, and finds particular joy in time with his grandchildren. Much of this time is unstructured and private, centered on meals, conversation, and simply being present. He has spoken openly about how becoming a grandfather reshaped his perspective, making ordinary moments feel more meaningful than achievements. That sense of presence is visible on Instagram, where Favre now shares glimpses of a warm, grounded life. During the most recent Christmas season, he posted a photo of his extended family together, relaxed and genuinely happy, reflecting how central family has become to his world. His affection for Deanna appears often as well. In one photo of the two together, he quoted scripture, writing that finding a wife is finding a good thing and receiving favor from God. The image was simple and affectionate, reinforcing how central she remains in his life. Grandfatherhood brings its own daily moments. He has shared posts about taking his grandsons to school, joking that being a grandfather comes with very different responsibilities and calling himself the family taxi service for the week. In one lighthearted note, he mentioned his grandson Parker riding in the front passenger seat, adding a gentle reminder that time does not wait for anyone. In another moment, he shared images from a kickball-style American football tournament at East Jones Elementary School, where he joined students on the field. With humor, he joked that they would not allow him to throw the ball by hand and noted how the experience brought back memories of his sixth-grade years. Education remains close to his heart. During the same school visit, he posed with teachers and reflected on his upbringing, sharing that both of his parents were educators. He wrote that teachers who truly care about their students can make the greatest difference in young lives, a belief he connects directly to pride in his parents. He later shared photos of himself reading to students at Mendenhall Elementary School, sitting calmly among the children, clearly at ease. Favre has also chosen to address Parkinson's disease with honesty and lightness. In a playful video, he took part in a plastic cup stacking challenge after being nominated by his friend Keith Jackson, explaining that it was meant to raise awareness for Parkinson's. He ended by nominating another friend, blending advocacy with humor and friendship. Day to day, his routines now include medical care, rest, and light activity. While mobility can be challenging, he remains mentally engaged and determined, continuing to record his podcast, Fourth and Favre, and participating selectively in conversations about football and life. On his birthday, Favre posted a photo with his wife and daughters and reflected candidly on aging. He wrote that as a child, he never imagined growing old and once believed he would stay young forever. Now, he expressed gratitude for another year of life, thanked people for their birthday wishes, and acknowledged how deeply thankful he is for his family. He added a quiet, honest thought. He does not know how much time he has left, but hopes to help others for as long as he can. Travel still has a place in his life. He recently shared moments from a trip to Poland, posting images of hiking through rolling hills and scenic mountain landscapes. Among them were affectionate photos with Deanna, relaxed and smiling, capturing closeness. In this stage of life, Brett Favre is no longer defined by performance or legacy debates. His focus is close to home, on family, faith, gratitude, and resilience. It is a quieter chapter, shaped less by what he once was and more by how he chooses to live each day now. What do you think about this quieter chapter of Brett Favre's life? Does this version of him, centered on family, faith, and everyday moments, surprise you? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and stay with us as we continue exploring the different sides of Brett Favre beyond the football field.